What up, YouTube Alayx, coming back at you with another StarCraft 2 cast. On the bottom left-hand side of the map, we have our red Protoss player, NewHope. And on the top right-hand side of the map, we have our blue Zerg player, who is a Barcode. So we do not know for sure who this player is. This is a viewer-submitted game, NewHope being the viewer who submitted this replay. So I'm excited to see what they have in store for us today. It is a gold level matchup, so we may see some unusual or unique strategies coming from both these players. Good sportsmanship from both NewHope and the Barcode. NewHope telling his opponent to have fun, Barcode responding with "I will" and "you too," although that "I will" is a little ominous, I will say. Usually when my opponent says just good luck, like GL, or something like "I will," it's a little bit spooky to me, and it is a spawning pool extractor first. We don't see a hatchery coming out here. I wonder if this is going to be some sort of speedling rush. NewHope does manage to spot this, sees that we have an extractor here, sees that we have the spawning pool, even retroactively showing me. He's like, hey, look, by the way, if you weren't looking at this side of the map here, I'm going to ping it because this spawning pool is looking mighty scary right now. I did see a click here, and it does look like Barcode is going to be expanding here. A bit of a late expansion, going for the extractor spawning pool first. It looks like he was saving money for speedlings, though, so the speedlings will be a little bit faster than normal, I think. NewHope doing a good job throwing down the wall to his natural base here. This is very standard against Zerg players. Barcode is going to spot this. These probes ganging up, they're like, get out of my house, bro, you're not welcome here. And the the drone running away does check for an early third. Why not? Might as well while it is down here, but does see that this is going to be some relatively standard openers for the Protoss player here. There's no unusual buildings or structures. It is going to be a gateway into a cybernetics core, followed by an expansion here. Looks like these overlords may have been rallied to the Protoss side of the map here, and nothing too crazy coming from our blue Zerg player either. It is 6 Zerglings on the way. Speedlings are almost done. And taking a look at the Protoss side of things, we do have a Twilight Council here as well. I wonder if this is going to be Glaive Adepts. We have one Adept already that is going to be running to the other side of the map here. We have a decent amount of Zerglings, though, and with speed, they will be able to chase this Adept away. What I would suggest for NewHope would be, as he's shading in to the Zerg base and sees that this is a lot of Zerglings, to shade in, get some scouting in, and then cancel the shade and run away. But unfortunately for that Adept, that did not happen. I think it shaded right into the Zerglings and had no way of escaping. That poor Adept had no chance for survival here. We have a forge and another gateway coming down. There's nothing coming out of this Twilight Council here, and just as I say that, this is going to be Blink. So NewHope is going to be going for Blink Stalkers, and after seeing the amount of Zerglings that were on the map, I'm not sure if that's exactly what I would have done right away. Blink Stalkers are great, but against Zerglings, Glaive Adepts would be really good. Charge Zealots would be really good. Blink Stalkers with Blink, obviously they'll be able to run away, but Zerglings just eat Stalkers for dinner, man. And it looks like this is going to be a drop. These overlords actually picked up the Zerglings and dropped them right in the corner of the base here, just out of sight for NewHope. And now these Zerglings are going to go ham on these poor defenseless probes. They didn't sign up for this. They just wanted to work in the mines, get some minerals, live their lives, and unfortunately for NewHope, that single pylon powering all those structures will cut that production so hard for the Protoss player, and we have a Nidus Worm here as well. So not only did we see an Overlord drop, we're also seeing a Nidus Worm coming out in this corner of the Protoss base, and it is going to finish. We have the Queens, we have more Zerglings. Blink did not finish. These Stalkers are going to go down. There's no way they survive. I would love to see a shield battery in the natural base. At this point, this is a lost cause right here, unless New Hope somehow manages to hold this. Taking a look at the floating minerals of the Zerg player, though, Zerg is floating 1,000 minerals. This is so many Zerglings. This is so many Zerglings. I don't even want to do the math, but I think 2 Zerglings cost 50 minerals. So do the math right there. That is a ton. That is a ton of Zerglings that Barcode could be throwing at his opponent right here. So this ultimately is not too many Zerglings to deal with for the time being. Yeah, the Nidus Worm is scary. The Queens are pretty scary, but warping in a couple more Stalkers and the support of the shield battery here, I think New Hope can hold this. This shield battery is New Hope's New Hope, my friends. He is going to survive this, I think. No heal from that Queen as well. The 2 Queens would have been great at keeping each other alive, but I don't think Barcode was paying attention to this. And these structures are still alive here. We do have the creep tumors though, but New Hope doing a great job at kiting these Zerglings, and now we'll be able to take out this Nidus Worm. New Hope, honestly, not a terrible position. They're now even in worker supply. It is 19 workers to 18 workers. Army supply, yeah, it's a little bit more than doubled for the Barcode, but it's realistically 6 army supply to 14. New Hope would be able to deal with this. And these Zerglings, I didn't even notice this. I was like, wait a minute, I think I hear cannons. And sure enough, it was cannons. How many kills does this cannon have? 8. 8 kills on this cannon, 11 kills on this cannon. These cannons collectively killed 19 Zerglings. Taking a look at the units lost tab here, relatively even in resources lost. So nothing too crazy. We have another Nidus Worm here, kind of hidden in the creep. Is New Hope going to spot this in time, man? Oh my god. No, he's like, you know what? I'm up for the challenge. No, he does spot it. He does spot it. I was like, no, he's up for the challenge. He wants to let these Zerglings run free in his base. And there's so many Zerglings all of a sudden coming out of this. New Hope does manage to take out this Nidus Worm, though, so these units have no hope for escape. We have 2 more Stalkers coming in. I would have liked to see a pylon at least on the very edge of this, maybe followed by a cannon. I'm not sure if you would actually be able to snipe that creep tumor, though. We have another creep tumor right here. This is not something we typically see. So much creep in the Protoss base. This Protoss home is getting invaded. Barcode trying to evict this player out of this corner of the map. He's like, you know what? This place is mine now. You see all this creep? Yeah, creep is Zerg. Creep is Zerg stuff, man. You're a Protoss. You don't belong here anymore. Unfortunately for Barcode, though, he's throwing himself at these cannons here. He's A-moving. If he were to do a move command, I think he would actually be able to get some Zerglings into the mineral line of the natural base right here. But these hero Stalkers, I'm pretty sure New Hope has been averaging about 3 Stalkers an engagement and still surviving, even though Blink was effectively canceled and able to kite Speedlings with just a few Stalkers. But right now, I think this is going to be it for the dual Stalker team. And now, good choice on the shield battery. I might at this point even place 1 or 2 cannons. Both players are floating a decent amount of minerals though, so it is not the end just yet. Man, I would even suggest going for like Colossi at this point if all you're seeing are Zerglings. Now, Barcode finally getting the advantage here, able to take out the main Protoss base. But this is a very, very all-in build for the Zerg player. He's still at 18 workers to 26. So ultimately, Protoss still kind of in favor in economy right here. New Hope doing a good job, being careful to keep these 4 Stalkers alive, but this main base is as good as toast. What I would even suggest doing, I think, would be to run a few probes away and throw down a ninja base. just because at this point Zerg is so hyper fixated on taking out the main Protoss infrastructure here. We do have the shield battery right here putting in a ton of work. You don't usually see Immortals doing good against Zerglings, but here you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That Immortal doing a ton of work. We have a decent amount, actually not too many. We have a few Banelings, but Stalker's honestly pretty good at tanking Baneling shots. What I would do in this situation would be stick to the Zerglings. Zerglings are very good against both Immortals and Stalkers. Banelings not so much because they only do damage the one time, and these units here, this particular composition, pretty good at tanking Baneling shots. But there's no way this Nexus survives. It was covered in creep. This whole base, at this point, Zerg could expand here if they wanted to. Oh no, this poor Immortal getting surrounded, but still putting in a ton of work. Died with 11 kills. Hero Immortal right there. We also have the Observer, so this will allow Protoss to clear some of this creep, but these hungry Zerglings are out for Protoss blood. My guy. Dude, there's I still don't know. I mean, yeah, sure, now Protoss kind of lost their main base, and by kind of, I mean they absolutely did. But they're still ahead in workers. This is a majorly all-in build, and we have cannons supporting this side of the mineral line and the top of the natural right here, so honestly, not the worst scenario for the Protoss player. He will be able to expand back here if he chooses to do so, and I would suggest that's what he should do. But good sportsmanship by the Barcode, realizing his all-in build did not win him the game. Good hold, enjoy, just about as good as a GG if I say so myself. So very fun game to watch. Wow. That was a good hold by NewHope, I gotta say. NewHope might be the hope of the Protoss after this patch, but you know what? We're not going to get into Starcraft politics right now. Oh, man, that was a fun one. If you enjoyed it, please consider shooting me a like and subscribe. And if you want me to cast any of your own games, my email will be in the description below. And I'll see you guys on the next one.